Okay, so it's a couple of minutes after 2, and at this point, I'm going to officially begin the presentation with Emily Hartka. And Emily, if you can take it away, please.
Sure. Well, welcome to everyone. I'm so excited, Janine. I'm seeing all these wine bottles and corks coming out. Give me just a moment. I'm going to share the screen and begin with a little PowerPoint. I am Emily Hartka. I am the co-founder and co-director of the Charlottesville Ballet, and I have been looking forward to this event for a long time. I think it combines three of my favorite things in the world. So thank you all and a warm welcome from all of us at the Charlottesville Ballet. We are a nonprofit organization and our mission is to elevate the art of dance through wellness, performance, education, and community outreach. We are a nonprofit organization with a unique mission for dancer wellness. And this is our 13th season. So we are excited that you all are here today with us. This is me and my business partner, Sarah Claiborne. I am on the right, she is on the left, and we are the co-founders and co-directors of the Charlottesville Ballet. We founded this organization 13 years ago. We were both in our 20s, young and entrepreneurial, and we really wanted to have a ballet company with a different and unique mission. I'm going to share our core values. I had a decade of eating disorders where I did not enjoy as much wine and cheese as I do today, but we really wanted to make a company where we value the mental health and the physical health of our artists. We truly believe that this is the best type of environment for the arts to thrive, and that really encompasses every part of our organization. We have a place where dancers of all different body types and all different backgrounds can be celebrated. And so you're joining us today. We're giving just a little snapshot of us and what we do. We have an organization that does a lot of work with young people in the community. We have a lot of education programs I'll tell you a little bit about today, but we have a mission for access. We believe that's really important for keeping the culture of ballet alive. Our nonprofit organization is comprised of three parts. First, the professional company that many of you all have seen. Pre-pandemic, we were about $1 million organization. Sarah and I have never operated in the red, and this is, of course, a really crazy and challenging year. Our professional company dancers typically hail from all across the United States and around the world. None yet from France, Hannah, but we're hoping that one day that's true. We are the resident dance company at the Academy Center of the Arts in Lynchburg, Virginia, and we are looking forward to the day when we can resume our touring across the state. We also have totally pivoted, and our entire season now is virtual, just for the safety of our dancers and patrons. I do have to have a shout out to the Joseph and Robert Cornell Memorial Foundation. They are huge supporters of our organization and so many of the arts in Charlottesville and Central Virginia, as well as our state and federal support. We have a wonderful man. His name is Keith Lee, and he is our Director of Diversity and Inclusion. Keith, I like to say, is the original Misty Copeland. He was one of the first African-American dancers. He was a soloist at the American Ballet Theater in the late 60s, and he has been doing incredible work. And we are honored to have him as part of our artistic leadership team here with the Charlottesville Ballet. This is a shameless plug. If you'd like to join us for an event that does not have wine and cheese, we hope that you'll join us next month in February for a short film and celebrating his career and all that we do to create access in the arts. These are some students of Charlottesville Ballet Academy. We have an extensive education program. Pre-pandemic, we had about 600 students, one of which is the daughter of Michael Schatz and Katie Schatz. So we are really trying to pivot and make everything as safe as possible for our young students as we continue their training. We have ages 1.5 to, I believe, 82 is our current oldest student, and not just ballet, but jazz, tap, and hip hop. And we also believe that when the dancers get to perform alongside the professionals, we have this lineage and this history and keep the culture alive. The third portion of our nonprofit, all under the umbrella of Charlottesville Ballet, is our community engagement programming. This is a picture of our Movement for Parkinson's program.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Emily. It's such a great pleasure to be here and to have so many people at this wonderful event. It's my great honor now to introduce the main event and two other people. The main event are Michael and Hannah Shaps. Michael Shaps is one of Virginia's foremost vintners. Michael studied and trained to be a winemaker in Burgundy, France. He produces Virginia wines under the Michael Shaps label, and also for several wineries in the Commonwealth, as well as under the Maison Shaps label in Meursault, France, where he owns and operates a second vineyard. Shaps wines have won many awards, including the 2017 Governor's Cup here in Virginia. Joining us live via Zoom from Beaune, Burgundy, France is Hannah Shaps. Hannah is a cheesemonger for Fromagerie à la Nesse. She made cheese in Italy and helped at Caramont Farm in Albemarle County. Hannah is French-American and hopes to start her own cheese export company. And now I'd like to introduce two people who are not going to be on camera, but who are really vital to this whole endeavor. One is Christy Shaps. Allowing this wonderful event to happen, Christy Shaps managed all the business details of the ticket sales, the wine pickups, and shipping wine to our many participants from beyond Charlottesville city limits. And I'd also like to acknowledge, here we are, okay. I'd also like to acknowledge Katie Shaps. Katie is a dancer with the Charlottesville Ballet Academy, and we so much appreciate the support of the Shaps family, and also Feast for allowing us to help with the cheese matchings. So at this point, I'm going to turn over to Michael Shaps to lead us in, and Michael and Hannah to lead us in the cheese and the wine and cheese tasting. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, thank you, Janine. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And we're really thrilled to be able to do this and support the ballet. And they've done so much for us, for Katie, and always happy to do whatever we can. And so been looking forward to this. I just got back hours ago from Burgundy. I was with Hannah just less than 48 hours ago. And so I'm a little jet lagged, but happy to be here safely back in Virginia after 3 weeks in where Hannah's sitting right now. I was there topping off those barrels Friday night, making sure I left them full because it'll be a couple months till I get back there. So Hannah's actually in our white barrel cave in Meursault at the winery below. That's just below the house. That is our rental property. It's a gîte. It's actually a house that's available for rent when I'm not there. And we have two caves. That's our smaller one, our white barrel cave, where we age our white wines. And then we have another one that is much bigger. That's for our red barrels as well. So a little background before we talk about the wines. I've been making wine in France and Virginia since 1990. Seen a lot in both locations, learned a lot over the years. I've been making wine in Virginia for 26 years. When I first got here, there were only 43 wineries. Now we're over 300 wineries. And that was actually part of the reason why I decided to come to Virginia. Almost went back to Burgundy and stayed there as an assistant winemaker, but I decided that Virginia really was up and coming and had a lot of potential, and I wanted to be a part of that growth, and really thought I could make some contribution to it. And sure enough, here we are 26 years later, and the industry is really well known throughout not only the US, but we've gotten lots of international acclaim over the years for our wines. And I went back to Burgundy in 2005 and started Maison Chaps with a former partner, originally a French partner. Then he decided to end his partnership, and I took over the winery. And since 2012, been going back and forth every 2 months to manage the operation, and it's grown quite a bit over the years. And we've actually now purchased as well vineyards in Burgundy, where we own about a little over 3 hectares, which is almost 8 acres of vines that we manage in the area as well. So having said all that, Virginia Wineworks is the wines we're going to taste today. And the Virginia wines, I've been making my brand, the Michael Chaps wines, since the 2000 vintage, and originally made them in partnership with the King family. And for the first 7 years of the Michael Chaps brand, they were made at King Family Vineyards until I moved here to Wineworks, our location just south of Charlottesville off of Route 20, where we make the Michael Chaps wines, and we make wine for about 20 other commercial wineries in the region. So we're up to about 40,000 cases of production total. And of that, about 5,000 cases are the Michael Chaps wines. We have vineyards throughout the area. Our main vineyard of about 37 acres is in Gordonsville at the Honolulu Farm. And we lease that and manage all of those vines, as well as other vineyards in the area. And one of them we're going to taste here is the Chardonnay from a vineyard up in Leesburg area called Wild Meadow that we also lease and manage. It's only about a 5-acre vineyard, but a very unique site. And so we're scattered throughout the state in terms of our grape growing, and we're scattered with all our winemaking clients that bring their grapes here as well. So it's a great opportunity for us to see all the different viticulture in the state, all the grapes that come in from all over the state, the different types of grapes. And this is really one of the larger operations in the state, definitely for contract winemaking, which is what we do. So having said that, I guess I'll talk about the wine, and then Hannah, you can jump in, maybe a little background, and then talk about the cheese. Does that sound like a good plan? Or
yeah, or we can do reverse as you.
Okay, well, how about, yeah, let's do that. How about Hannah? Let's keep them waiting for the wine. How about you step into the cheese?
Once they start drinking the wine, they're not going to think about the cheese. It's not fair. I can't compete with that.